Hi, friends. So, today for project time, we are going to be introduced to our new tribe. So, the new tribe we are learning about is the same tribe that Kaya is from in the books that we're reading. And she is from the Nez Perce tribe. And they are in the northwest. This map is a little bit different than the one that we have at school, right? Because we studied the Abenaki of the Northeast and the Wampanoag. We studied the Cherokee of the South, East. We studied the Arapaho and the Sioux tribe of the Great Plains, and now we're going to study the Nez Perce. This is the Northwest, and this is also called the Plateau. So we'll be learning all about this area in the Nez Perce. So I thought I would read a bit about the Nez Perce to you guys, and then I will explain the project after. The Nez Perce of the Plateau. The Nez Perce have lived in the Plateau region of North America for a long time. The Plateau region is in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. The area has mountains, forests, grasslands, and rivers. The tribe called themselves Nimipu. This means the people. The French called the tribe Nez Perce. Nez Perce means pierced nose in French. They did not really pierce their noses. Some of the men did wear shells in their noses for decoration. The tribe decided to keep the name Nez Perce. The Nez Perce wore buckskin clothing. Buckskin is another word for deerskin. Men and boys liked long, fringed shirts and leggings. They wore belts, breechcloths, and moccasins. The women and girls wore long, belted buckskin dresses. They wore cornhusk hats on their heads and knee-length moccasins on their feet. Sometimes the people put on gloves and buffalo skin robes to keep warm in the winter. It also says women used vegetable and mineral dyes to make clothes colorful. People decorated their clothing with beads, porcupine quills, and elk teeth. We're going to do a fun dye project too at some point. The Nez Perce hunted and fished for their food. The men hunted big game such as deer, elk, moose, bear, mountain sheep, and goat. The men used Appaloosa horses to hunt buffalo and antelope. Remember when we were reading Kaya, her whole tribe depended on their horses, right? To hunt and to travel. Boys were taught to hunt rabbit, squirrel, badger, and marmot. The men and boys fished for salmon. The women and girls gathered roots. Their favorite roots to eat were the camas bulb and bitterroot. They collected pine nuts, seeds, and black moss. The girls liked to gather all kinds of berries. During the winter, the people spent time drying and sorting all of the food. So remember that in the chapter that we just read in Kaya, what were the girls doing? They were picking berries. The Nez Perce lived in different kinds of homes. Most of the year, they lived in teepees made of woven tulle mats or buffalo skins. Tulle is a plant that grows near rivers. The Nez Perce could take their shelter with them as they looked for food. They lived in longhouses in the winter. The longhouse was over 100 feet or 30 meters long and was made of poles and tulle mats. Several families lived together in a longhouse. They also had an underground hot bath and sweat house for ceremonies near the longhouse. The Nez Perce lived in villages along streams and rivers. Several related family members lived together in one village. Men did the hunting using bows and arrows. Men trained spotted horses called Appaloosas. Men and boys played sport games. The men told stories to the children. The women taught girls cooking, weaving, and basketry. They made beautiful cornhusk bags. Everyone in the village enjoyed ceremonies. They danced and chanted to music made from rattles, drums, and flutes. So that's a little bit about the Nez Perce tribe. So today, for a project, I would love for you to learn how to weave if you don't already know how to weave. I am going to put a very awesome video, it's short, in the comments on how to weave. So really the only thing you'll need for this project is colored paper and scissors. If you want to decorate it, then you can also use beads or seeds or beans or whatever you have at home. But I want you to have fun, and I can't wait to see the pictures.